Hello, hello. Welcome in. To no any particular, I suppose, but it's been a minute. It's John joining a garbage core. I'm here today to get back in my regular schedule of programming, if you will. Today we're playing a little bit of Satisfactory. I've been playing this one for a while. Been playing quite a bit. It's a transition now. It's been a minute. I can't even remember how this works really. Let's go ahead and just transition over to the scene. I've been playing this for a while, and you know, figuring it's like, shoot, I'm playing this much. That's like, you know, maybe I should actually get it going with, get a proper thing going with, and I guess get back into whatever I was doing. I'm gonna say, we'll see how this works. I have been, now Satisfactory, this run is probably not going to be a beginner out of thing, or not even beginner, who am I kidding? But instead I've probably put it into the save, like, I mean, running it off a dedicated server, saying about 300 hours or so into it. I don't know everything there is in the game, but I've been playing this for a while. We're going to be kind of dumped right into it. So there might be a bit going on. But, yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Guess all loaded up. Sort of a hard cut to the music, but gonna be going. So, mostly what I've been playing so far, it says basically in the late game, but to be honest, ooh, that's interesting. It still doesn't feel like it. Mostly my factory still looks and plays a little messy. I'm not gonna show it quite yet. Gotta give you a sense of it. But, you know, right now it's just like, oh, this is nice and all well, I'm gonna be showing you what I've been working on. Probably spending too much time on, but right now I'm just nice and lovely. So, I lastly have been working mostly on my storage scenario, which is somewhere in this general direction. I ran off a little bit just while running a test stream to keep it going. You notice a lot of stuff kind of piling up in the distance. The plan of this stream wasn't really to have any particular thing scheduled or nothing. It's just really get back into streaming in general. I mean, I figured, like, what's a good time to practice it and whatnot? Casual stream. And if there is any interest at all in actually seeing maybe a game that goes from start to well, I don't know if anybody actually finishes Satisfactory at this point. I could probably definitely do a run of this. But yeah, this is what I've been working on lately. Not exactly this, but trying to make this clean up a little bit better. As you can see, there's a classic Satisfactory spaghetti. So we're just gonna run with this. I recently unlocked the Smart Splitter, which is kind of allows us to, oh, a bit of a drop here. Which will be the solution to all my problems. I've also been creating a few more things, but yeah, before that I had a setup that was going, a bit of explanation for you. I had some of my storage here, you know, basically making my stuff throughout the game automatically. Had it going out over here. If I ever needed to get new stuff, I would go over here for, say, steel pipe and whatnot. But, that being said, I had kind of a goofy layout, if you couldn't tell, from all the conveyor poles and lack of walls. This infamous, not sure perhaps if it's an infamous thing, but it's definitely not as good looking as some of the other YouTube videos you might see out there. So, you know, looks a little bit of the classic conveyor spaghetti. Got my factories all roundabouts. I'm just sort of kind of learning what I can do to maybe make that a little more, oh, I don't know, organized. They had in blueprints. I've been playing this for a while, but before they didn't have blueprints, and so you kind of had to still do everything. I was figuring, like, I could do things very well, but that's not really how it turned out. Anyway, showing all that, right now I'm just going to be using this time to kind of just organize the stuff. It's not the most engaging content, but, as I said, maybe if I start going... Hey, there's my boombox. You get a boombox in this game, and you can actually use that to play... I'm not sure... What is playing? I think that was music from... Ghost Simulator. Goat Simulator, not Ghost Simulator. Yeah. It, it is what it is. I am currently reorganizing my docs on my OBS over here in the off screen. Desert Chill. Nice music. Actually kind of reminds me of Booker T and the MGs a little bit. Anyway, let's get back to work. So the main thing that I had going on over here, too, is I've got a few assemblers. They're all sending time and stuff, and this chaos is a little bit funky, but this is sort of what I've been cooking up a little bit. Again, using smart splitters, which sort of operate in this way to where you can actually program a little bit which goes where, which, if you're unfamiliar with how regular splitters work, they kind of just set up a regular T intersection here. I've got one over here. That actually sends off some of my stuff. But normally it just takes it, spits it out 3 ways. If you have 3 other junctions here. I've got 2 junctions over here. Actually, this splitter, I believe, is coming in from the intake, which is this orange thing over here. That goes out, spits it out this way, and this is our main, what's going to be our main input pipe into this line of factories, or assemblers in particular. And then it spits out, of course, the left 2 up and this way. But yeah, obviously, very on-brand, if you will, of a garbage core. Not that I haven't streamed all that much for garbage core in a minute. But yeah, no, I've got my basic input going through here, goes around through these 4, and then rounds around to these 3 in the back, 2 in the back. I believe there's 2. But just stuff starts getting a little funky over there. Basically, what I have is just a smart splitter. Takes it out, spits it out into the left. That lowers to this lift that lowers it into the actual input of this one. Takes any. And then all the rest goes to any undefined here goes forward further along the line, which is very nice because you might... I don't know if we're going to get to any of the other factories here with my earlier setups, but, I used to have, like, multiple lifts going up and down, or, like, conveyor belts going all over the place. You can kind of see a little bit of that design going. But in this case, I kind of have a nice, super fast sushi belt going in. Sushi belt style going there. Any overflow, including, actually, if there happens to be, like, everything filled up on this one, say this one is taking in, I believe... that's not the one. But, this one, which is quick wire, we have other places... We have another factory down the line, or assembler, I should say. Go ahead and clean that up. That also takes quick wire, and if there's any overflow, this automatically spits it out into the overflow line. Basically, this is a lift, goes up into a merger, and then goes onto their overflow line. And again, so this takes the overflow in case it's totally filled up and can't take that. Allows it to, smartly spit it out somewhere where it can go and not clog up the line. Normally, the overflow goes all the way around and lands over at that awesome sink over there, which, takes it out of the game, essentially. Dumps it out safely. But if we ever need to actually put it back into the line, like, say, with our quick wire here. This one, we have a splitter, which is in here. You know, I've got that also programmed similarly. And that kind of spits out zone overflow over here in case this is kind of backed up, as you can see right now. The reason why this is backed up, I think we're missing parts for... Yeah, that's interesting. But not actually going in there, possibly? No. Well, I guess I can clean this up. This seems to be... Oh, you know, probably what's going on. I wonder if it's stuck here? Sometimes... Now, lately, I don't know if... Sorry, glitch with the game or nothing, but sometimes stuff will not sort of be stuck here. I'm not sure why in particular. Unless I'm being silly and this is actually not going where I need it to be. Splits out. So I think... Well, here's the part where I figure this out, I suppose. We got quick wire coming in, I think, totally fine here. It's almost like clogged up in the input here. This one, overflow. Okay. And that one should be spinning it out fine. Part of this game is sometimes figuring out what's going on, which can make for perhaps not the most interesting content, as I say. But, you know. I do. Got a bit of overflow in there. Goes into the merger. Third line goes in here. Okay, so stuff is moving. Right? Don't know why my quick wire ain't going in there. Unless... possibly I don't even have this set up properly. That would be it, actually. So, yeah. I'm gonna do a little bit of a funky move here. I'm gonna do this. Don't even know this will work quite as well as I think it's going to work. But, you know, it's... I mentioned nothing gained, right? Let's see. Okay, so smart splitter. That's our output. Let's go and toss this in. What I'm thinking is that when I was switching in and out the injector and everything, might deactivate it a little bit. So, take that. Okay. That's interesting because it actually took some of our overflow a little bit. Though I really want it to go through here. That's a misunderstanding this, which is also very much possible. too as well. Let's see, merger. Or splitter. It was going to be a little ambitious here. Trying to get an actual injection in here as close as this fucking is. I think this is... Let's see, we'll fire that off, and that'll actually get it back onto the output, I believe. No, I'm gonna have to do that. Flipping is fine. It doesn't break the game that much, right? If you are wondering, most of the game is kind of like this. Anyway. So that's firing out there. This is actually going... I think where it needs to be? I think it's actually going in now. Hey, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, quick wire's kind of going in there. Yeah, sometimes if you forget how to hook everything up, I mean, or you have to rehook stuff in, it goes a little funny. But still, like I said, this is still a lot better than what it could be. Because once you have it kind of just going in here, I can just have plenty of inputs just going here, rig it up so it works. You know, only one line in. So nice. And of course, actually moving everything around has kind of left a bunch of crates over here. Yeah. Part of the fun is... Oh yeah, and that does remind me, I do have some plastic coming in, and I just need to actually, speaking of, hook all that up into my lines and, you know, all that fun stuff. I also need to get some concrete going, so, which I did. I believe I had some concrete coming in here somewhere. Just, yeah, don't worry about that. One later, you see all these bunches of random lines going everywhere. That's largely based off of not really knowing how to work stuff. But I know how to work with smart splitters a little bit better. Partially, anyway. We got some concrete over here. Let's go ahead and figure out where I was saying this. I mean, I'm gonna need some of this for the encased concrete blocks. Honestly, I have no idea where this was going in the first place, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. Clean this up a little bit, and we'll inject this into our merge line. I think this is a good place to put it, though. I have no idea where this line goes. I mean, you know, this is a good way to sort of show maybe what my stuff was looking like. Partly why I would have it all this stuff, because, I mean, in a way, I'm glad there will be a point where I don't make stuff as crazy messy as I have it going on here. See, like, this is straight from the factory. Probably one of my original constructors. I played this with Mori Wolf a long time ago, multiplayer, and she actually dyes a lot of stuff red. Actually looks really nice. I would start coloring everything, but to be honest, I don't know. I kind of don't bother with that. Gotta carry on color cartridges, and I'm still like kind of sifting everything. Anyway, so this runs to here. So this is a sole dedicated line. I've started using conveyor poles to sort of mix everything together. But as you can see, this is probably not necessarily the most optimum way. In fact, I could probably layer this onto Could probably layer this onto the same copper belt, because I'm pretty sure this also goes to... Well, that goes straight into the wall. I don't know where this goes. I mean, this might even be our line. Yeah, it is. In fact, this copper wire, I think this splits off into here, and then that goes. See, I even had it going. Oh yeah, you know, this used to go to the sink. I used to have everything going to the awesome sink and all that, but I didn't really have, like, you know, dedicated merge lines, because it never occurred to me to actually, like, organize anything. Nice picture of my mind here for anybody curious. Anyways, yeah, so this copper wire, honestly, is the only place this is really going is to the factory, so with that, I can just honestly merge this copper wire and the... I could merge the copper wire and the... Yeah. Merge the copper wire onto this single line, and then probably make that its own dedicated thing. Yeah, let's do that. And also clean up a little bit over here. So that's the copper wire. Fortunately, with it being red, of course, that's probably a sign that most of the stuff was from the early days. And then, of course, this is gonna be like a big old crate thing here. But that is a crate because I can't carry all this stuff. Let's see. Just gotta remember, copper wire, or wire, I should say. Should be definitely enough. You can lay that out onto the copper or general input plate here. I think that's the way that will bring the most sense. He said cautiously. Yeah. Sounds good to me. I don't even know where this goes. There's so much here that's like, I have no idea where any of this shit goes. You know, been playing this game long enough, but also not that long. You know, like you pick up things as you play games and get better at it. Here, obviously, you know, Satisfactory is actually kind of forgiving, obviously. I mean, this is going straight through a wall. I can build a wall there, and yeah, you get a warning that says, oh, this will cause clipping. But honestly, you'll be fine. You can definitely just, like, clean stuff up. So yeah, let's see. We can merge this onto our line eventually. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and do that here? I think it's simpler for us. Go ahead and clear out this thing. See, a long time ago, this is not the way I would do this. You would have dedicated lines for each of them, but, like, honestly, sushi belts is the way. Sushi belts is life. Okay. So with that, pretty much, that whole line is redundant, because I can sort it out later. I don't know why I picked that up, because I can't actually do anything about it. But yeah, we can also take out this line, merge it onto the copper belt? Question mark? Yeah. Copper plate belt, and really, that's all we need. Assuming I can do this properly. Seems a good place to put it. You know, there's probably efficiencies as well, too, that I can take care of and everything, but for the most part, the main concern here is just literally get it cleaned up. Taking a minute. Okay, so that's plenty, actually. That's 30 minutes, so that's 45. Actually, so this will... It doesn't actually get really needing efficiency until it gets here, and then that's probably like... Probably an output of like 60, maybe. Oh, I've got 2 of them. Interesting. 10 a minute. Oh, there's a lot here. I think about 30, yeah, 30 a minute, so 30 plus, what was it? Probably merge the, I mean, we can probably merge all these up anyways, too, as well. 30 a minute, and this was, if I can count properly, 30, 60, okay. 75, okay. I mean, you know, you probably could just slap your fastest line on there and call it a day, but, you know, it's kind of worth doing. Go ahead and just slap M2. I bet you this is also... I don't think this is actually needing to go to the factory, but I could be wrong. Yeah, 120, and that goes into... And I think definitely this one... This is when it starts getting interesting. You don't really need to save, to be honest, on materials or nothing like that. Yeah, this is all redundant. Do 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 do. Yeah do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do. I should have deleted this a long time ago. I apologize to it. It says singing. Yeah. So good. Look at all that empty space. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not gonna like picking all this stuff up later, but like, this guy, you know, I had this going places before, but that was in a past life, I swear to goodness. And this is, yeah. Let's just yeet all of it. Just, this is gonna be the game of yeet. This is gonna be the session of yeeting thing. Anyway. This is a random scatter stack. Sure. I mean, let's see. Now I will probably need to fix up, try to upgrade the belts in here just to keep going. Thank you. In place. You know, a little bit of spike on the stats over there. That's the thing about this game, though. It is kind of a little heavy on the usage. At least the way that I'm playing that. And I hope it's coming in fine on y'all's end. Definitely a bit of frame skip to rendering lag, coding lag, and everything. A lot of stuff going on, if you can tell here. Yeah, this looks like it's coming in healthy. Probably faster than it honestly needs to be, but I mean, considering that I'm ideally, right, having the sushi line and everything does make it a lot easier to just use only one belt for everything. Just high capacity, send it. This cable isn't going anywhere. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this up. I don't... See, that's the funny thing. I don't know where any of this goes. Maybe this is my only cable line. It's quite possible. I mean, in this case, like, I'm just going to send it to input, which would be over there. Yeah. It's funny hearing the goat music over there. Getting rid of that. I should actually drop this. Yeah. You get so much random stuff. Clearing out everything. Kind of catchy. Alrighty. Well, let's see. What makes sense here? Well, for now, let's go ahead and move this to, I don't know, storyline. Like, there is a way to actually properly equip everything. Oh boy. Oftentimes the trick is not getting to... That's an input. Okay, so I can follow that. Yeah, that's my input line. What I could do is move that cable and then send that over there. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, toss on a merger. That's like crazy. That's the other thing though too. There's another part I don't think I've really shown, but basically building on it for a minute. Like, I was using these stacked conveyor poles to, like, really... You notice it kind of looks a little bit like almost like a roller coaster. Well, like, we have just conveyor belts going from this one, that one, just stretching forever. And I spent, like, hours making a cross line from over here to there vaguely, and just trying to run lines the entire way. And, like, it wasn't just one line. It was, like, 6, I want to say. Ridiculous. Don't ever want to do that again, but you know, it's a learning experience, I suppose, too. I mean, which is, you know, how it be. Let's see, let's go ahead and just have this lift going here. You're going to jump over here. It'll be so nice to have a jetpack once we get to that point. You can get a jetpack in this game, and it's by fuel, but honestly, might be worth it. You know, I fall so much in this game. Let's see. You know, we got cable going down there. I'm not too worried about it, or wherever we need this to go. I probably should honestly build out stuff so honestly I can figure out where stuff is. Because like this building, if you notice too, this building is all kinds of whack. Because for some reason I had in my head like, I don't need to build buildings. Why would I need to build buildings? Also, where are these walls going? That's not even part of it. Why? I see these things and I'm like, why did I make it like this? Why? That's... we're trying to go for some semblance of organization. I'm pretty sure, actually, I built this, like... I built those walls out to sort of get to a point where it's like, okay, this looks vaguely like an actual building that people could actually use. But you know, why would I make that? Why would I make it that easy? Yeah, ignore the trees here. Ignore the fact that this is actually slightly off? Question mark? Yeah, that's actually slightly off. Mori. Hey, Mori Wolf. Learning experience means something. Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, this whole factory, my computer, you know, I mean, something may or may not explode. We don't know what's going to happen this stream. I mean, you guys wouldn't know. I mean, I would probably stop responding. Some stuff would stop responding, at least. I mean, machine or something. We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, hey. How's it going? Welcome in. How's life going? I am trying to build a thing and trying to make things work. A lot of the stuff we've kind of been taking... Actually, all the red stuff is still here, but I never really made a point to re-dye them because that actually costs materials, so... you notice a lot more of the stuff is still the regular orange. Actually, what I'm going to do here is actually move this over there. Because I do have to have it a little bit. And nudge it. They added this too, actually, recently. There's a thing where you can use the arrow keys actually nudge stuff over, and it's wonderful, because we did not have this before. Ate a sandwich. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm well. Feeling supersonic, as it were. I don't have a gin tonic, though. I really could use one, actually. I should do that. This is clipping. This is fine. See, it doesn't look like it's clipping over here. See? It's just fine. I'm sure I'm not creating problems for myself down the road at all. See, it's only clipping if some of your stuff not. Okay. Where is this going? You guys know where this is going? I mean, not, you know, this stream, I just mean in general, this conveyor belt thing, because this is going... This stream, who knows? We're just hanging out. I'm just hanging. I don't think anything is even on this thing, actually. I definitely started streaming this, in particular, just to see where... You know, I wasn't really talking too much while playing this, though I was definitely just... There was a bit. I'm gonna send a link of this to this out if you want, you know. I don't know how entertaining this is for people to watch, but it could be interesting at least. I mean, hey. But yeah, actually, I mean, I was sort of speaking out loud to myself at points, being like, where does this go? And, you know, because this is like, I'm sure there are definitely people who play this game and build like some of the most beautiful factories. They have blueprints. I think like Total X Clips, and I mean, none of these YouTubers know who I am, but you know, I've just been watching them, and there's like I think they last put out a video where it's like, here's top tips to make good looking builds and everything, and they make some beautiful stuff here. And then you got my stuff. I mean, this is like 2 clicks shy of what Let's Game It Out does, which are also wonderful videos. But you know, it just, see, and the thing is, this wouldn't bother, except like I said, I've got in the distance over here some conveyor belt poles that I'm going to start sending in plastic and rubber from the Far East over there back into here. And, I mean, just this work alone is still, I mean, you can kind of see shades of it, just all these conveyor belt lines just everywhere. I mean, it's just, and then, you know, though, I unlocked smart splitters, and that's honestly kind of game-changing, to be honest with you. Everything's a little game-changing in this game, though, too, when you first unlock it, though. It's pretty nice. I don't know why this is all locked up. I'm pretty sure this is my output line. So, what's the problem? See, I'm sitting here talking, and there's, like, sometimes problems gonna come up, and, like... So, yeah, our input line is clogged. I don't know why. Because I don't have an overflow. Because, of course, I don't have an overflow. See, when I was playing, I was definitely playing by myself. I was definitely, like, talking. This is definitely what I was hoping to capture here. So, yeah. We were not fitting that to overflow. So that should work now. Let's go and upgrade these to 3, because, like, geez Louise. Okay. You know, I was hoping that this was gonna solve all my problems, mind you, but, like, if cable is filled up... Let's fill it up. Okay. This is going. That's going. Cool. Oh, yeah. You can tell this is in progress, because, like, none of this stuff is hooked up. This is probably not hooked up either. That needs to... We need this to move fast. Okay, see? Like, now it's actually working. Now that things have cleared up a little bit, and I identified the issue, and... Let's see, did anything else kind of gunk up? I'm curious now. I just got some random... If you're wondering when I'm stopping, just like midway through my sentence here, I've got like a random conveyor belt steel beam going through here. I think I have that going into... oh, yeah, I did have that going into the building in this game. You know, I was doing a lot of exploring, actually, earlier, and that's why kind of I was like, you know, I need to stream this a little bit, because this game has a nice balance of, like, you know, a creative mode and a survival mode that, like, you know, like, if you... so, we'll say, like, compare this to, like, say, something like Subnautica or something. You know, Subnautica is all about their survival experience, in my opinion. Like, you know, you can go creative and you can build some nice bases and all that stuff, but, like, you know, it's not... I don't really get ideas to build stuff, and, like, you know, you kind of have to build stuff in Satisfactory, and there isn't, like, a way to avoid it, you know, but at the same time, you also do have to go explore out there. I mean, I do not have any, what was it, quartz that I had to find. Like, if I scan for quartz, I mean, I don't even know if it'll pick up the one I've got to east, but it'll be like 1,800 some meters out that away. I think we're still waiting here. All these crate notifications, like, I wish I could disable them, but I can't. Yeah, 1834. I think that's my quartz that... actually, that's that quartz over there. Purity temp. I don't think it's supposed to be temp value. Does that say your normal or something? Anyway, so yeah, this is my quartz that I just finally got over there. Got some stuff over there. I got a truck station set up over there earlier. Yeah, no, it's super far out, so you gotta go explore. Concept of building, exploring is similar to Satisfactory and Subnautica both games. Yeah, it's great, and it's great though too. I think, you know, I think Satisfactory in particular kind of draws a little bit more specifically from, like, say, stuff like Factorio, which basically mix up the names of the game. I haven't played Factorio. I'm sure very similar, but, you know, this is also from a first-person perspective. Factorio is from the overtop, and there isn't really, like... I mean, you can have I mean, you could say you have exploration in a strategy game, overhead perspective, like, same as you can have in here, but, you know. But yeah, definitely different emphases, and it's great to see, honestly, in my opinion. I think, you know, I definitely just plug away the hours in this one. And there are sort of survival mechanics in this one. Really just health. Like, you can get into fights with the monsters and all that, you know. But, like, animals will attack you. Unless you're near the tractor. That's something funny I noticed. I don't know if this is, like, a limitation of the game. That's where all my rebar was going. Interesting. Yeah, I had rebar going in there to make, like, stun bars, essentially. And, yeah, I used to have separate lines for all of these. I mean... I don't think I need this, unless this is like... yeah. No, I don't need this. What was I saying? It's great to see, like, different emphases. Let's go and clean some of that stuff up. A lot of this stream is probably going to be mostly me cleaning up. That's why I'm kind of like, well, you know, if I'm going to, like, play this for a regular series, I might start a new one. You know, but, like, maybe in a different start, but, like, you know, I don't know if, like, it would make more sense to start in the beginner area for people to figure out, but it's also kind of, I think the best way to play this game, honestly, is, like, you know, yeah, you can see other people's stuff, but, like, also, like, playing it and figuring out, like, okay, this could even be better, of course, aesthetically, and also just, you know, the aesthetic, like, having it organized makes it a lot easier to expand upon and everything, and make it diagnose problems when they're easy to find. But, you know, it's also fun to learn this stuff. I've got black powder going out over here. I think I was using this for something. Oh, you know, this was the line that went up, that was supposed to be my plastic line, but I didn't have plastic going. I've got quick wire going here for some reason. Oh, you know, maybe I was trying to run into storage. I think that's what that was. I think... yeah, quick wire I think is stored somewhere over in that general direction, but, you know. We're going to... you know what I should do is probably split this off. Ugh. Someday, what I'm hoping is that the general thing is I want lines that are kind of just going around the building. You know, that's another thing though too. You learn stuff. You can strap. Eventually, you can strap conveyor belts to wall mounts, and then you can use that and combine that with like the whole combined sushi conveyor belts. You can just have one line going around the thing, and when you need to split stuff off, then it can just split off automatically whatever you want. Set the lines, and you'll be good. But of course, I did not know that when I first played. Now there's this mess. Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and clean that up. That's some... See, I don't know. I think I was using most of these as like pivot points, by the way. So if you're wondering why they're random like mergers just out over here, that's partly why. Yeah. No, yeah, go and back, take care of the dog. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see us. Good to see you virtually. I will be here. Hopefully by the next time you see this, it will be much cleaner. Much cleaner than the last time you saw this. I mean, who am I kidding? But, I'm gonna try. I'm going to try. Oh, boy. I got a lot of ways ahead of me. Alright. So... go ahead and just get rid of that, because that's going nowhere right now. Much cleaner next time. Yeah, 46, 10-hour streams later. Yep, yeah. I mean, that's how it works, You make stuff to get you through this part, and then you have to clean that up. The next time you realize, oh, wait, there's a lot easier, better way to do this. I don't know. It's not the worst. I'm just glad that they've made it a lot easier to, Where is this going? I hope that's not important. I hope that's not important. Okay, that was my outside line. Okay, so actually that's not too bad actually. I was hoping basically this is like an intake line from this big line over there that goes all the way to not the quartz line, but the what is it? What is out there? Don't bug me. Oh yeah, crude oil. Basically my plastic and rubber and all that products are being made over there. As opposed to moving everything, like ingots and all that, because I think I've got even my silly line like that where I'm like pulling in all the deuterium ingots. Absolutely do not need just ingots. So you just process them. Get some power right over there, making some stuff over there, and then move the products over there, because I mean, what are you going to use the raw ingots for anyway? Oh, life be like. Yep, indeed. Indeed. Oh, conveyor spaghetti. Okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't know where this conveyor belt goes, but it'll be fine if I just delete it. It'll be fine. This is fine. This is fine. This will be fine. A little bit of damage, but I've got blade runners. It'll be fine. Okay. Truly. Oof. The funny thing about these fast conveyor belts, though, is that you can definitely, like, hop on them and be like, whoa, where's this going? Where's this taking me? Yeah. The trick, though, too, is just trying not to get lost. Speaking of, this is going here. And honestly, eating all this, like, I don't even know where... Oh, that's where that goes. Okay. So actually, this is my line for hog remains. Actually, since this is right there, I don't really use these ones very much. Basically, since it's bio stuff, I really don't use it very often, because I can't really automate it, right? Because you have to go chop down trees, or you gotta actually go hunt animals and stuff. So, Actually, No, I want to keep that for now, because that, I need that to go to the thing. This is another thing, though. I could probably go ahead and start moving that over to my biofuel. Yeah, so just for sake of argument. And I think overflow should be fine. I don't think there's ever going to be a scenario where I want this to overflow. Really, this is just a means of, like, making little less of a problem. I know it looks crazy if you've never played this game. Or, you know, probably even if you have played this game before, really. Who am I kidding? Yeah. Let's go ahead and make this. If this, then... Let's see. So let's see. If this is biomass, we're just gonna go find some biomass. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the overflow, but, you know, I'm not too worried about it. Right? So this, I know that outputs out at up to like 240, so I'm definitely gonna need that anyway. I guess I'll use that too, just to shorten up that. I don't know what I'm gonna, I said, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about overflow on this one, but let's go ahead and just not worry about that for a second. That is a split line, isn't it? Okay. So really, I just need to turn this. I mean, truth be told, I could even make a new storage thing. I'm going to need to make new storage for this anyways. But, you know, bio stuff, you know, you start the game burning stuff, and it's just kind of funny that after you do get up to coal power and everything, you don't really need to do it as much, though you definitely still have use for biofuel. And so, yeah, why not? You do have a use for it in, like, your, you know, until you get to what I presume to be, like, oil-based fuel. Like, I can make fuel, but I still gotta package it and use it in my, say, vehicles, for instance. So, with that being said, let's up. Here, let's go ahead and make that splitter. I don't know where this, where do I have this line go? One goes there. It's definitely just gonna go right through our spaghetti anyways, but what I should do, this doesn't really change all that much, really, to be honest. It makes me feel good about it, though. Important thing. You know, it's funny too, because like I definitely started out like, oh yeah, you know, this will be just to, I just need to get some plastic and rubber going, and I'll let the dedicated server go, and you know, let it run, and you know, next thing you know, it's like, this whole line I believe is redundant. Yeah, that's what we just figured out. Is everything a mess, or this is normal? Yeah, this is normal, Julio. Welcome in. Yeah, so this is welcome to Satisfactory, where basically everything is a mess. When you start out, obviously most of this stuff is not built. Most of the stuff is built by me, and it shows. So, you know, it's a little different from Satisfactory, but it's very similar in ways. Let's just say it's a good thing I wasn't building too much in not Satisfactory, Subnautica, excuse me. Yeah, this is normal. This is fine. This is fine. We're good. This is Satisfactory, where you build factories, and sometimes it's Satisfactory. Other times it's a bit of a mess. Yeah. Nope, you're just clean. You've tuned into the cleaning stream, or sort of cleaning. That is a bunch of stuff that I could wire into other stuff. But I could just eat it. Because, like, that needs to be an encased thingy, so what I'm gonna do is gonna yeah. What I'm gonna do, basically, is move this over to there. Basically, I'm sort of doing is going around and, like, fixing things up now that I know how to program stuff. Well, you know, relatively speaking. I mean, technically speaking, we've had splitters, we've had mergers and stuff, so, I mean, technically speaking, that is programming it, but, you know, when you can actually customize it is what I'm sort of doing. That should simplify a lot of this mess. Just like you're not alone. Yeah, no, it's like, you know, it is very much, you know, it's like life, right? You know, you just get enough to keep going. I got another clog on my input line, though. That's not very satisfactory, if you will. And I could even clean this one up to be, you know, not screwy, but right now I'm gonna figure out where this goes. Because, like, eventually, so what I did have is a lot of this goes up, like, goes through all this, deposits everything in these boxes, in case you're wondering what this whole mess is. And if there's any overflow, it automatically filters it into a line that goes through, and it eventually goes in the trash. The problem is, I just built most of this yesterday, and I haven't really had a chance to really test it out, and so here we are. Let's go ahead and make this. So, I don't think we even have any what I need to go in here, in case industrial beam, but know what I mean? Let's see. Fire that up temporarily. I need to figure out what this... That's an input line. This is an input line, and I need to figure out why is it clogged. Why is this line clogged, Julio? I don't think it's your fault, but, you know, you showed up here. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. How's your life going? Besides watching do trying to sort out its trash. Those things go into things, that goes into other things. It goes into, that's basically, yeah, no, actually, that's essentially it. That's basically it. And sometimes it just is not working the way that you want it to. Like, I don't know why this is not going where it needs to be. Because, like, you know... On the other hand, maybe I don't understand smart splitters as well as I need to, because, like, the AI limiters... The AI limiter shelf is, like, all the way upstairs, I think? So, like, these shouldn't be in the overflow. Maybe I'm just dumb. Finally, hey, yeah, summertime. Yeah, no. Not too much either here on this end. I've just been playing a lot of this game, really. I mean, there are other things to play. I tried a bit of Hades 2 actually earlier, and that was pretty nice. But you know, this game, there's always something to do. Let's put it that way. Sometimes you make stuff for yourself to do. But yeah, not much other than that though. Dude, I think I saw a couple movies. I saw Furiosa yesterday. Yesterday? I think it was. But you know, Sorry, I'm stopping, but I'm like, why is this not working? The overflow would be over here. This thing needs to go with there. Is this going right? You know, you would think that that would be... in the case of an overflow, that would be that. I'm gonna love this game because of the mess I mean, you know, are you seeing this? You should, if you're curious, if you want to see something really, look up the YouTube channel Let's Game It Out, and see what he's done, because that's a whole nother level. It's really great though. I mean, like, there's some people that really build some really nice looking factories and stuff, and it looks really genuinely really cool. And then there's, you know, me. Oh, you know what? Actually, Smart Splitters use AI limiters. This is why I'm showing it. So we've got a clog here that's like, I think the rebar, I think, but then it can't go in there because this is clogged up and that's clogged up. Something's clogged up over here. My guess is that, I don't know why this is clogged up. I watch it. Yep, yeah. No, yeah, exactly. It's a game. You should, this game showed up in my library. I don't remember purchasing. I think it was like on a Humble Bundle or something. And then next thing you know, like, oh, what's this Satisfactory game? I don't know how. And I started playing it. I was like, shoot. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This game can be nuts. It can also be really nice. But it's also very nuts. Don't know why. I don't know why this is not... You know, there should be stuff coming out of here. I don't know what the problem is. Unless I need to, like, yeet everything again. This game also just breaks, I guess. I don't even know if... See, yeah, that's what I need to do. I just needed to actually redo all my lines again. This is going... Okay, cool. Okay. That's cool. So it's moving. It's moving. It's moving, guys. It's moving. Oh my god. Okay. Albeit very slowly, so it's like... Should I bother? Because, like... Honestly, even if it is moving slowly, at least it's moving. Like, I could... You can definitely, like... And I was doing it a little bit earlier, measuring throughput and everything like that. You don't have to have it to be super efficient either. Like, you know, you could just throw Mark 1s everywhere and just call it a day, honestly. And, like, you know, the game does reward you being... That sounds like something powering down. Does it reward you? It does reward you for being efficient, but, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, you don't have to be. That's right. Progress. Yes, I know. You know, it's not moving very fast, and I could make it move faster, but, like, I think this is fine. I see this as an absolute win, as they say. So we got some cable going in there. I think this is... The only thing that I wish, though, is that you could actually program these, maybe not even, like, remotely, but, like, I wish I didn't have to basically be within touching distance of the Smart Splitter, because it's like, as you can see, I kind of go for a very stupid vertical thing, and I lift and drop things into place, and that's mostly, again, it kind of came out of using fairy bells way too much. But, like, you kind of have to be right up here to access the Smart Splitter interface, and so if you need to, like, double check something, it's like, have fun. Also, speaking of, I don't know where this is going. Is this... Where is this going? Oh, this is going to our input. That's... Sorry, I was confused. So I don't even have, like, an input line that's going here yet. Maybe I do. This cable goes all the way from the actual main factory, where I make them, and I think I was doing them to store. I could even merge them up somewhere further up the source. Sorry. See, like I said, I built all this. I made this entire mess for myself. Let's go ahead and just follow this all along. Mary. I hope this is actually going through the line that I was hoping. You have to go up and down ladders to check that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, eventually you do get a jetpack though. And I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, no, it's definitely a little bit, you can go, you know, you can build a lot wider, you know, instead of having to go, like, you know, I'd say, like, I climb up a bunch of stuff in this game. And, you know, occasionally I fall, take fall damage and all that stuff. You know, it's... You can also build it, like, further out. You know, you don't even necessarily need to have everything, like, super high up. It's just, for me, anyways, that makes it a little more convenient. Normally, anyways, I'm rethinking that because, like, there's a lot of space on this map. I mean, this is... I don't think this is even all the whole map either. I barely explore, like, this area, really. But that's just me. I'm weird like that. Building tall, I think, is inherited from, like, back in, like, Civ days, Civilization and everything. But yeah, I could definitely build it to where I don't have to go up and down ladders. I mean, or even be super vertically oriented at all. But, you know, kind of just how it works out. I'm going to try to... Now, I think the part of the reason is that this is a product line from that one, and this is going from here, and that's going from there. Oh gosh, it'll be so nice to have this, like, organized. I say that. Someday. Do that walking, which would... Well, see, here's the thing, okay, is that you can, you know, you can have stuff, you can move around, which is kind of nice, you know. I'm getting distracted terribly, by the way. But, you know, it's all kind of par for the course anyway. But, you can actually, eventually you can build... Well, you can, if you can tell, you can actually use these conveyor belts to help you move faster. First off, organization overrated. Yes, it does, you know, it does help. But it is, you know, it's not everything, right? But there are these things that I recently had, which actually made... Hang on, you want to see something cool? We'll come back here in a second. Right. Okay, I was gonna say, look at what this thing is, but... Right? 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 I do have to go out of this way anyways, so... I mean, I'm not completely wasting my time, but, Look how fast... And then you can even... you can even shoot this off, and then, like... I don't know if I'll get the junction, but I have this set up where you can fly through, you know, multiple hypertubes, and that builds up your speed, and you can go all the way over here. And, like, occasionally glitch out, but, like, look at how much distance we're covering here. I can even speed up a little bit. Like, I'm gonna go to the farthest part of my base here. Like, people talk about fast travel, right? Tunnel thingy, yeah. They're called hypertubes in the game, but if you couldn't tell, they're basically like, you know, those vacuum tubes at the bank that they send checks through and stuff, or you know, the pharmacy and all that. They drop the drug. See, this was what I was working on for the past couple of days. I mean, total aside, but this is what I was doing. Not just one giant line, like that you could collapse into there. There's a top line. This is ascend. You know, this is ending over there. This is going this way. We've got 5 lines deep, all stacked in these conveyor poles, which I didn't have. I did have these, when I was building these hypertubes and all that, they have a farther distance that they can go than the conveyor belt. So I couldn't really just reuse these conveyor poles. I had to do this. I had to build up a whole set of conveyor poles to go up there, stack them this wide so it wouldn't be super messy. Have that, go over there, have that over here, have that over there. It's nuts. And then, like, halfway through, I was like, you know, like, so close to the end, I have to go back and finish that on the way back. But, like, you know, it was too much. And there's probably a better way to do this, but probably, like, eventually you unlock trains, right? You know? But, you know, I mean, that's part of the game, I think. You know, you learn. Speaking of exploration, I mean, there's all this stuff out there. There's a lot, there isn't really, the game isn't finished, and there's lots of, like, still work in progress type of stuff. Like, there isn't, like, an end game, if you will, yet, for all I know. But it's, like, a little bit of glitch out there, but it's, like, it's kind of like OG Minecraft before Minecraft really had a, quote, end. You had to walk back and forth 5 times, and you walk that, yeah, no. First time, actually, you know, actually, another thing, though, on here, The only reason why I got out this far, because I did walk. I built these power tower platforms, and if you notice, these actually supply power. But another thing, I've got this thing called basically what is a zip line, and you can use this. I'm pausing a little bit because this is actually close to a place where there is a giant killer spider here, and I'm worried about it. But anyway, you know, you can use this, and you can actually traverse these things. And you can actually even build, this is work? Yeah, occasionally. But yeah, you can, I was using that to traverse before I could build in a hyper tube, because you can actually plug these power lines, like, super far away. Yeah, you know, you unlock, like, different ways to traverse, and it's pretty funny how you can play it, quote, that sounded like a spider. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, you can, you know, it'll look like this one way. That's probably it. Hi, yep, that's the spider. I think I drew aggro on the spider, guys. Yeah, there is an agoraphobia mode, but, oh, shit. Okay, we're fine. This is fine. This is fine. See, I'm not worried because I can just pop in a hypertube and go away. Or I can probably... I don't have my rebar gun. Anyway. So we're gonna run super fast away from the big spider and go show you where my base is at. So, and this is another work in progress thing because this is like, I think, special ore. I'm just checking for the spider in case you're wondering. And that's a bottomless pit. I drove my tractor. If you're wondering what this icon is pointing towards. I drove my tractor with a bunch of stuff over there, and I can't even delete, like, that's great with my dead body stuff. I need to despawn that thing. I can't even take off the thingy. The icon. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Maybe I'll just show off this part for, you know, you or anybody else watching, really. See, if you notice, this is where I'm... Now, these are later stuff that I built out, and so it's much more, well, not that much more organized, but, like, it's a little more clear as to what I want to do in general. Which is gonna get stuck here. Sometimes, well, you know, there's in terraforming, but honestly, it kind of doesn't matter, though, because then you gotta just build your way out of bad situations. So this is a crate for, like, taking out trash. This is a sink where I toss in excess stuff, but a lot of it is going because this line is supposed to go all the way back to home base. Should make all your resources drown. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, we can fill up the bottomless abyss with... You know, you can build bridges and whatnot pretty easily. Like, it's pretty much, like, I think... I don't have a big bridge here, but I did have on another part of my base. That I'm still trying to connect back to the home stuff. I got power over there, but I'm trying to get my quartz stuff out of there. Yeah, you know, it's like... This is a little more organized, you know? I've got this going on here. These are refineries taking in some crude oil that we're piping up from over here. Got tubes going over there. This is our general storage stuff. That's definitely filled up with plastic and rubber. And so all this is just running, all the excess is running over there to the sink. This is also producing, now talking about efficiency though, where it does kind of come in handy is that you actually need to, there's some stuff that you'll have like more products than you need, like for example this heavy oil residue, which you can not really do much, and you can't just like sink it normally, so you actually have to process it. And what I'm doing right now is just processing petroleum coke and then sinking that. And you can actually even change it to like stuff that you can actually use to make like more plastic or other stuff, really. I think there's you can make fabric in this to help you make parachutes, but like normally the way you make parachutes is to harvest mycelia and biomass, which you actually have to go out in the world for. I don't know if, and I know how to get it, but for a while I didn't know how to get mycelia. which is like you have to chop down mushrooms essentially and grind them up. And problem is I didn't know that, so like pretty much that whole stuff I wasn't really working with. There's not too much that we have to do here right now. I do have it on my to-do list to pipe out residue, but that's not super necessary right now. Right now, the main thing that I want to do is actually get this over there and store it up, which I think I will do. Yeah, let's go do that. So, you know, fortunately enough, this is not a very slow process to get back. Yeah, no, I can definitely pipe down the stuff. And actually, what I could do even is just build up a bridge. But, I mean, I don't know what I was doing, but I was definitely just, like, sending it, you know. And I think what I was doing, I was trying to find another path to go around here. Like, it's in this marker for the side route. I was, like, driving all along here to see if I could, like, get to here from another way. For, you know, exploring and all that. And just plopped off into the abyss. It's all too complex for me. It starts out that way, I think. The game does actually a really good job, I think, of like starting you off very slow. And really, you know, like there's a part where you can like build stuff by hand. In fact, it starts out that way. You can still do it, and there's definitely like good reasons to do it. But you know, and then afterwards you sort of build your way into making stuff and not doing everything by hand. Mostly to save you time and to do other stuff, essentially, which is, I guess, also cleaning up all this stuff. See, look at all that. Oops. I got a bunch of, I don't know why I've got a bunch of coal going over there, but, you know, this will be fine. If I'm not storing the coal, but I've done this properly, see, that's a gigantic spider. Let's go. Yeah, I just need to send this wired up to where you can actually store it. See, flying through here. Oh, not quite. Whoops. Whee! Yeah. Yeah, I'm sending all this stuff. I just need to, I think I need to build an actual thing to store all this in. I think at the very least, well, I don't even necessarily need to worry about that because I should, everything should actually store up. And if there isn't a place to store it, then it'll just sync properly, right? And there won't be any clogs or anything in the storeroom. He said ominously. Yeah, see, I finally got the idea to actually merge it all up finally. So it'll just be one line, one glorious, well, two, because like, you know, input output, but like can go in only one direction, but like, you know, it'll be great. It will be great. Whoosh. Now I think I need to actually, well, I can just walk from here. Well, not walk, but, you know, sprint, jump. Fly over there, and then I can actually get our stuff over here. All the stuff that went all the way around. If I can actually get there. Okay. I knew what I was doing. Okay. So. We're going to go back over there. I'm going to climb up onto this thing. Actually, we might even do this properly. I'm doing stuff a little too much. I've got, you know, my Steam playthrough is like 80 hours-ish. So I guess the funny thing, I mean, this is actually really probably the result of like, I think on the dedicated server save, this goes for like, I think this has been going for like almost like 300 hours. But again, this is just the process. That's just the processing time. The actual like game, if you will, is the actual game itself is not like my active time is not really that long. Let's see. Okay, HUD, so I can actually get this right. I hope I can't... Can I actually... It's a little Conveyor belt's too long. No. No. There you go. Just need to get that over there. Sling that over there. It's kind of fun though, because it's like, you know, we were talking about like challenging games, like, you know, Minecraft or hardcore, Subnautica like hardcore mode or so. And it's like, it's kind of a different level of challenge though, too. Like, you know, it's like it's not like difficult in the same way, like say a racing game. Like I've been playing some racing sim stuff, and I've been having my ass handed me in like the easiest difficulty. Because like racing a race car in real life is actually plenty difficult, you know. So it's like, as it should be. And in a sim, it's like, well, yeah, it's really easy to send your car into a tailspin. You know, especially a high performance car or something. But this one is more like, you know, you get better and it's challenging in like the knowledge based level stuff, you know. And I don't know, it's kind of nice having both, in my opinion. Okay. Didn't quite slip over there, but okay. We're gonna have a grand send. We're gonna have some nice sushi belts just going, and then whatever you need, people will just pull it off from there. It'll be great. It will be great. Is that a dragon? You know, it sounded like a dragon. There is a giant flying thing that you can actually sort of interact with. That stuff over there, I have no idea what that is, but random crates over there for me, but oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, it's a moth of some kind. I don't actually know what it does. I might have looked it up at some point, but honestly, I don't remember. And like, you know, I'll figure it out. I think there isn't really like a scanner thing or whatever. You can go up and touch it though, but you know, yeah, obviously that's a very high up, and I could build like a super high tower. But I don't think mine is quite tall enough. This giant space elevator though, I can't actually like climb up it, fortunately, even though it is literally going all the way up there. That's more of like a prefab type of thing. Okay. Don't know why I forgot these multiple ones, but I'm just gonna build on this just in case. Okay, so we're actually getting very close to our input line. In fact, well, maybe it doesn't make sense to just... Fuck it. The end is in sight. Question mark. Can I reach that? Yes, I can. Okay. So, this is kind of... Well, this isn't that big of a deal, but man, is this a product of honestly more work than I really needed to. I'll say that much. But, you know, not knowing what I know now, this is... but, you know, I mean, you live and you learn. Finally joining stuff up. And I hope it clogs everything up, really, because that would be fitting. Oh, that's a groovy jazz tunes over there. I'm in the way. There's a boombox here that I can actually, like, carry around with me. I think it's the goats. It's from the Goat Simulator soundtrack. I think my inventory's full though, so it's simple, really. Just connected to that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then let's... I don't know. Did you see a clog in there? Can't remember. Ghost Sim's so good. I haven't played it yet, actually. I think it's in my library. I just never got around to playing it. Okay. So, ooh. Okay. So yeah. Got a bunch of... You know, sometimes the game glitches out a little bit and only shows you, like, some of the stuff that's on the belt. I think that's, I mean, part of it is, like, I'm running it in technically multiplayer on a dedicated server. So, like, generally speaking, if you're running it straight off your computer, it'll generally operate better and won't be as glitchy. Like, you'll notice, like, a lot of misting up here. But that should be everything moving properly. Like, check over here, there's, like, metal? Why do you have so many unplayed games in your library? I've got too many games, that's the reason why. A lot of stuff, humble bundles, lots of, lots of stuff. Just never got around to playing it. Too busy playing Satisfactory, really. No, I don't know. There are plenty of games where it's like, oh, I got like, you know, oh yeah, you know, I'll play this eventually, or, you know, I'll let my siblings play it or something like that. Or, you know, but, you know, next thing you know, it's like, in so many sales, it's like all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm gonna use this for something, right? Okay, I'm just gonna, just for the sake of argument, I'm just gonna check to see that there's no clogs. Because if there are, I want to diagnose them very quickly. This is random stuff going here? Question mark? Yeah, I wish I had that problem. I only got a couple of games to actually play from time to time. You know, I'm realistically speaking though, like, you know, you accumulate games, right, in general in life, I think. You accumulate stuff, right? You know, but I mean, for games, you know, I'll be honest, I think over the past little bit, like, you know, I probably will try like new games, or even like, you know, some games that have played recently like are old enough to where they're basically abandonware and you can download them for free technically. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. But you know, you end up just, I think, playing a lot of, I think it's good to just play, just get your money's worth, if you will, you know what I mean? Enjoy your game, you know? It's not that, I'm missing out too much, I would say. It's nice to dabble, but, I don't know. Sometimes I look at the library and it's like, I'm never gonna play all this shit. it's kind of, honestly, kind of sad a little bit. Apparently, I think there was an article or something where it's like, you can't even actually, like, will your Steam library. You're definitely not even supposed to share your password with people on Steam. You know, in that regard, I mean, nothing's really stopping you. And you can use family share, obviously, to, like, share games that you're allowed to with other people, but, like, that's not all games. Yeah. Sorry, I'm also just trying to see where is this thing going? Do I even have this going anywhere? I don't think I've, okay. That's actually going that way. You know, we'll fix that up someday. Okay, well, this is good news, though, because I finally have some plastic coming in, which is assumedly, that's the main issue right now that I'm crystal clear on. That something is being done about it. Ow, I bumped my head. Yeah, this worked until I put all this stuff up. This is a jump pad. But, yeah, truly speaking, I mean, like, you know, when I was working and everything like that, it was, it's hard to, or just in general, it's hard to find time to play so many different games, you know, so it's like, you know what I mean? So, even if with all these games, it's just, there isn't time. There's not time to play all the games. Get the turtles, mass-produced plastic. You know, this game is very much, hey, it is working. Sort of, I think. I think it's working. But there is definitely a theme, like, when you first touch down, you know, I would probably load it in later, but, yes. overflow is working. I don't know if I've got plastic set up yet, but should have programmed it. When you first load into the game, essentially like everything is untouched wilderness, and it's actually kind of really pretty. And then you start building over it, and then you start building over it, and then it becomes, you know, just terrible. This is an absolute mess. Like, you know, and there's not really much you can do if you want to progress in the game at all, but you kind of have to, you know, make your indelible mark on everything and just make it look terrible. Why is there... Is that the heavy modular frame thing, or did silica end up in there? Is that... Maybe that is silica. Why is there silica? I have too much free time. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. That's not a bad problem to have, though. Am I right? Heavy modular frame. Okay, so what is silica doing in there? Doesn't it? I'm hoping... I don't even know if I've got... You know, probably some line just glitched out. Smart plane's over there. I don't think I even have silica set up. Silica's over there. Okay. I don't think I even have silica, to be honest with you. I don't have any silica. Well, well, eventually I will clean this up, but for now let's drop this off, because I'm not using this for anything. There we go. Fix that up. Sort that in there. I don't know how that got in there. I'm not going to be too worried about that. Steel ingot. I do not need more ingots. In fact, I am going to... I wish I could build mergers onto a lift, because I could just slot that right in there and it would be no problemo, sir. But, well, actually, I've got the overflow lines up here, so what I can do is... Yes. Let's try... Get this in. And if I'm feeling fancy... So why not? Let's just build a conveyor belt wall, just... Not that it really needs to be here. Maybe not quite. It's a little too close, so it's gonna definitely clip, and I can't even, like, do something fancy with it yet. But you need to merge anyways. So what I'm doing here, what I'm doing is basically, I need a way to trash some of my stuff, or at least... I think it'll be a very useful thing to have, like, basically a trash can, so I could, like... Yeah, I could just, like, delete this stuff right here, right? But, in general speaking, like, if you want to have, like, a progressive thing, in my experience, it's nice having a thing where you can just drop your stuff into a storage container and it filters it out over there, and then, you know, instead of, like, literally manually deleting every single one, you just go in and drop it into your, you know, your nearest sink. That being said, maybe this is the way? Yeah, this is the way. That's a bit of clipping, but, you know, this is fine. Storage container, right? That. I hate when it doesn't align. Ah. There we go. Maybe? A bit of space. Am I possibly creating problems for myself down the line? Yeah, I could also just, like, eat this when I'm done. Like, I don't, like, I end up with a lot of, like, excess stuff that doesn't help me as much as it should. Oh yeah, there is an added bonus, though, too, because the more stuff you actually sink You do save up these points, which you can then print for coupons and then use that to buy other stuff. Which, to be honest with you, I don't really use that as much. Like, you do, like, there are some recipes you can unlock. Like, you can get a factory cart recipe where you only through, you know, this shop thing, right? So I can actually purchase stuff using these coupons that I get from interacting with the sink, saving up the stuff. That's how I get these conveyor ceiling mounts, wall mounts, lift holes where you can actually hook stuff up and, generally speaking, just make your life a lot easier. But, you know. Maybe you can call John. You know, my first name is Jonathan. No, I guess Jonathan Ray, technically, but, you know, that's probably my middle name. So, Jon, people spell it John, but, you know, it's probably more accurate that my short name would be Jon. But, I mean, ultimately speaking, like, you know, it's an old, both are both biblical names. It's just like, you know, and like, you know, for instance, there are also other stuff I could buy too. Like, you can actually get proper roofs, I think, this way. These are tilted walls, I think. The actual roofs, I think, are, yeah, fix-it roofs. Like, I could buy the ability to get these. You know, more stuff, customization stuff. Ooh, you can even get patterns here. You can actually get these patterns, I think, and throw them up somewhere. Jonathan, yep. Yeah, that's the name. I think I thought about changing it at some point. But, like, then it's like, you know, you go long enough with the name, and it's like, well, you know, this is fine. You know, I did buy these signs here. Anyway. Oh. I tell you what, it's very funny, playing this game with a spectator, if you will, because, like, normally, you know, I would have to set a timer, and then next thing you know, I would, like, be playing this game for, like, because otherwise I'd be, like, playing this game for freaking hours or something. Let's see, is there anything else that I want to eat? Should we totally would have made more sense to build this on the ground or something, but like... Okay. Anyway. That should be fine. Okay. Okay, okay. So I think, knock on wood, but I think everything is actually working out the way that I was hoping it would. I guess the only trick is I don't think I've got space for my plastic. See, like, I've got this thing, though. I think I've got it programmed properly. Either that or I can fall. Oh, I'm gonna want that jetpack soon. I'm just glad I got the Blade Runners, though. That's, get lost in the game, the real world can... I agree. You should name the Barthol. Maybe. I mean, you know, life's short, you know? Life's too short to not go without the name Bartholomew, am I right? We should all do it. Okay, so yeah, I do have it programmed. I guess I... See, now I'm worried that, like, somewhere along the lines, either stuff gets caught on the intake as, like, bet they have somewhere, like the stuff that isn't like overflowing or stuff, like the way I want it to overflow, which is to say, like, you know, overflow when the storage is full and everything like that, and it's got nowhere else to go. So my guess, the overflow line is working. So I don't know. I think I'll have to check that. So the safe-ish way to get down is not that way. Well, oh, not that way either. That's fine. Sorry if anybody's got some acrophobia or something. This is just, you know, par for the course. I've got so much stun rebar. This is like a stun gun, pretty much. Let's see. Alright. So, checking the line. Okay. That's not clogged up, which is good. Very good. Get rid of this just because it's not really helping as much. Let's see. This is... See, it is going. Stuff is going. You know, these steel ingots can definitely go. I don't know, maybe there's so much copper that, like... Or copper, stuff in between that, like... Oh, you know what the problem is? I haven't finished this line yet. Wait. Hang on. No, this is going right. I forgot. So here's another reason why organization is cool is that you... Sometimes I spend a while trying to figure out this particular thing, and I'm honestly... Build your stuff right the first time, and you won't have to fix it again. This took a while to get going, and it still looks a mess, obviously, because it is a mess. And, you know... Oh, man. Okay, so the line's still going, which is good. There, this is the ceiling. That's the ceiling. Really cutting it close. Okay. Check this. We will check this. This is going good. See, that's the smart thing would have been to just observe the line. Oh, you know. See, and then this lifts up into here, which of course makes absolutely no sense, but yes, that's how it works. Wait a minute. Okay. So if I'm looking at this correctly, this one goes... Okay. That's... I don't think this is... Left output, overflow goes out of center, so everything else has to go out this way, which actually goes down? Okay, yeah. That goes down. Why did I do it this way? I have no idea. I had one job. Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, this slope is there. Okay. So this is good. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So I don't think I've got this wired in actually yet. So plastic is still going. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a good idea to double check where stuff. Don't know what I should. I don't know where I should. Oh, this is the steel. Okay, this is my steel. Steel beam, not bar, but any overflow. We want that. Not anything that's not. I don't know. I truly don't know if this is the way that any or any undefined is supposed to be, but that's sort of what I'm taking. What any undefined is supposed to be. That's a merge. And this is. Okay, that's not stuck, which is great. This is steel pipe. These are iron rebars. That's a... that's a something here. That's a... This needs to be programmed. Okay. This is... modular frames, I believe. Yeah, undefined. Overflow. I'm gonna copy that just in case, because I got a feeling I gotta actually reprogram stuff. This, I could figure out where this needs to go, or I could just delete it. Yeah, this is the way. I'm sure I also forgot some connections, like here. Oh boy. See, this is why you program stuff in the blueprint, right? You make it so that, like, you don't have to do all these minute things manually every single time. That way, you know, it just works. Screws need to go in there. And, you know, the good thing is, I don't think I'm actually using... I'm not really hooked up like most of my production stuff anyways yet, but, it'll be really interesting once I got everything else out there. That's for sure. So, yep. I probably could have pasted that in there, too. The iron stuff, this is a random... See, the raw material needs to, like, go somewhere. It needs to be produced closer to the stuff where you think it, because, like, there does not need to be these many lines just because you don't want to build power out all the way there, and you don't want to build a factory over there. And it makes perfect sense to say it like that, but, you know, things you learn. Things you learn. Oh, man. See, this is a limestone, right? I could build a factory over here, so, or build a factory. I think I make concrete with it or something. Build it over there instead of over here, and that way you don't have to... Well, I mean, you still gotta move it, but, you know, you can... You know... Anyway. Oh, my mistakes. Okay. Well, okay, so this is actually... I think this is all set up properly. Or I could fall. So we question mark, we should be able... Okay, so that is our... Yeah. So we should be able to get some plastic very soon, actually. But we do have plastic on the line. We just need to... I think I've got... I think that fills up the iron thing. See, here's stuff that would be great to, like, just junk. Because, like, we got way too much, iron rebar. And, to be honest, to go back and figure out, like, where to, put it properly... Not a really great use of my time. Let's drop it off here. Extra iron plate, which doesn't help me as much as the extra space does to, like... This is not going anywhere, of course, because... There we go. Okay. This is not gonna work. I mean the jump thing, because there's too much there. You know, I could use something besides hypertubes to get up and down, like ladders or stuff. It's so much easier to just do that. Okay. Where... plastic is probably coming, but... we got plastic over there. So... hopefully there shouldn't be any problem. He said cautiously. Let's see. Sick. That's a color cartridge. It's kind of funny too, because actually I think with this one, overflow is left. Or maybe it was the other way around. I can't remember. Plastic is... okay. And you think that also files everything down here? Ow. I was hoping to grab the ladder. Yeah, we have plastic. Woo! And of course, you know, there's only like 2, I think, right now. But I mean, the main thing is there's an automated line that is producing stuff all the way over here somewhere. Yeah, by crude. Got 2 crude. Oh, that's an... this is where I'm gonna do. Think about it. But yeah, you know, I'm making plastic and rubber over there, and that ships on those conveyor belts all the way over back to home base, where, to be honest, I'm not even too big on this home base, but you know what, I've sunk so much time into making it home base that, like, well, you know, in this playthrough, it's like, you know, I mean, ideally, right, you would just have a, I mean, there's plenty of ways to play this game. This is going... I think I was using this as a sink, possibly, Mark. And maybe... See, it didn't occur to me to have, like, multiple sinks, and so I had everything going into one sink. Turns out you can actually build multiple of them. Like, you don't need to. Anyway. So it goes. Boy. Anyway, we've been streaming, and I've been talking for 2 hours now. But maybe like half an hour. I know it doesn't feel like we've done much. Maybe. But I think I've done okay for myself. I have inspiring music. I think I just needed some place to put... I'm gonna say put my rubber, but that's a joke. Show you something really cool. But I can build a singular thing over here, assuming it doesn't glitch out on me. And I think that should just slot in right and well. Lock that in place. There we go. And that should... I'll definitely have to fix up the splitters and stuff. But I think it's all well and good. I just need to... So the directions are definitely going the opposite. And we'll set that up for rubber. I'll let that clip through for a second. Yeah. See, this is the way that... Since they introduced this is a beautiful thing where you don't have to build everything manually. You can just have these macros, essentially. Use that to actually do all the stuff. You don't have to build all of that manually. You can build more complicated stuff as well. Let's see. Rubber. And find and put in rubber. Okay. Yeah, don't have that going anywhere because we're gonna have to. So, and unfortunately, I wish there was a way to like kind of easily stuff. Then I'll probably have to lift. I can't really. Really get the angle that I need this to be. Going. And now that won't do anything, but smart. Okay. Definitely a little more quieter, but you know. I'm tired. Go in there and do that, and then program this up. Alright. Now I should be able to store some rubber. Assuming, of course, everything just works. Which is, you know. Good news is we can just use that. Ooh. And then get that going into our other stuff, really. Oof. Eventually, when I need to actually build up, though, it'll be interesting, to say the least. You know, get everything going. Get everything going so I can actually just, like, build more storage. I could build it, like, longer. I don't know. Does it make more sense to have, like, something where you walk along, or you use, like, build up so you can actually, like, you know, have more vertical stuff? I don't know. I don't know what makes more sense. I don't know if there's anything entirely better. I do like, you know, being able to sprint and then just use, like, hyper tubes to kind of go everywhere, but you don't need to. I do have to wire up a lot more stuff. Which is slightly annoying. But well, I mean, this was a very, in my opinion, actually turned out like to be a decent-ish stream, at least. Mostly testing things out here too, though, because like it does definitely work on the GPU, but it seems like actually between the underclock and, well, I mean, basically the computer hasn't blown up yet, so you know, we didn't really accomplish. Well, we did accomplish stuff this stream, but might not be too clearly easy to see, which is how it be sometimes. I mean, the nice thing is about not, at least the way I'm going to be treating the playing this is just kind of a lot more casual. I mean, not having to really, I don't really necessarily want to show all my work that I've ever done on this game, but like, you're going to plug in every now and then. That is going into the floor. I don't know how that's possible. I think that's, I was wanting to go to our store line. Believe? Anyway, I will go ahead and call it here. So, you know, usual YouTube spiel, but genuinely speaking, thanks for stopping in, Julio, Maury. You know, kind of just trying things out here, seeing if my stuff will explode, and honestly just to capture what I got to say about this game, because I do end up going on about it. Like, why did I do this? And also, too, it's like, if I do this right, this will be a distant memory. I only captured on celluloid. And just having a before and after picture, if you will. F12 would, well, because why not? You know, of what it used to be, and over time, might be useful. This might not be the best looking stuff. It won't ever be stuff, but like, you know, I mean, progress. Visible. Anyways, I'm gonna go and call it there, actually. Thanks so much for watching. See y'all in the next one.